So I've made some changes to my About Python program, and I just want to share them and kind of explain my thinking a little bit. I'm not going to really go over any code today, just kind of talking a little bit about what you can do with this to maybe make it feel a little better. So if you remember in the previous video, it was very, very plain. And so let me show you what I've done since then. So cd desktop and Python3 and about Python2, nope, about Python.py. And I'll show you the next one next. So, a couple of things. Instantly you can see obviously the ASCII art that we have here. And then did you notice the delay as well? So basically what I did was I just went to Google and I did just an ASCII art generator, and I think I just chose this top one here. Yeah, this is the one. And I used that to replace my title, so that way make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more graphic at the start. And then I added some delays in there if you didn't notice. So that had to do with importing in the time module and then just adding a sleep command. Now, as I was doing this, there were a couple things that still bothered me from prior, and so I added here as well, as you can see, and I added a slight sleep command there to kind of break up that between this. But one of the things that bothered me was how it cuts off the text here. And not only that, but it could also cause problems up here, because you can resize this, sure, and you get different cutoffs here and there, and that's not quite great in my opinion. If you make it too small, it can actually mess up the title as well, and that's not so great. So then what I did was I created a modified version, and let me show you what I've done with that one. So once again, cd desktop and Python3 and about Python2.py. So at the very start I have this task, this prompt, waiting for the user to make sure that their window is at least that large, and then they can press enter when they're ready. And then it starts spitting out the text in the code. And so I made sure that this distance was the same distance as my title, so that way if this is at the right spacing, the amount that I recommended, then this would load fine. Not only that, but you might have noticed also that this spit out a little bit more, almost like I guess like a fax machine, how it's kind of line by line. So I put little delays also in between each line. I felt that when it jumped so much, when it jumped just a large amount for the whole thing, that it was a little jarring and might feel a little disoriented for the user. So I felt that was a little bit better. And I didn't really do any big changes for this. Roughly the same thing. This is a little bit harder to change, to have some sort of small wait times in there, just because that whole thing is being saved as a string depending on which one of these they choose. And there are ways to fix that, and we will talk about that next. But I just wanted to kind of show you some ways that you can make it already more visually appealing, even without having to learn anything new, just being a little bit more creative in the way that you do things. Well, I guess the wait command is new, but that's okay. It's not hard to find. And it ends up looking like this, where you just import time and you use a sleep function located inside of that time module. So really easy. But like I said, you can look into more of it. You can Google it if you want to find out more about it.